Yeah, buddy, what is up? Welcome back to Duct Tape Dynasty. I am the Duct Tape Dude.
I'm the dude.
And this is a Formula One podcast, man. This has been a while. Well, it's been a while since we had a podcast, period, but a Formula One podcast has been forever. And I tell you what, we are set up for a whole season of Formula One podcast now because we're doing Formula One Fantasy, a fantasy league that we created ourselves. And I think it's pretty darn cool. We'll explain it here in a little bit as Dave is being mildly inappropriate on the phone. I'm trying to keep my concentration. And as I do, let me ask you to do us a favor. If you're not already a subscriber, minimize that screen, hit that subscribe button. If you are a subscriber, hit that like button and throw some comments in there. This is an interactive show. We want to know what you guys think about each and everything. So yeah, put it in the comments. We'll look them up and I try to keep up with them and read them and all that stuff. Anyway, hope everybody's been good. It's been interesting for us. Anyway, I keep saying we, you only see me. Let's bring him on, ladies and gentlemen. Dave, Duct Tape Dave. How are you, brother?
Yeah, what's up, brother? How you doing?
What's up, man? Where are you? You're off-site, dude.
Oh, I'm at my Aunt Erin's, dude.
Oh, nice. What are you doing out there?
Took a train here, got here 5 o'clock this morning, not leaving until, projected at 7 tomorrow morning, but who knows?
Yeah. For those who don't know, Dave is a train conductor, a train engineer, a train everything. He drives the dang trains. So he's that guy. And yeah, anyway, how's train life, dude?
Train life sucks, but it's their easiest job I've ever had, but it's a brutal grind. 12 hours every day. Your
schedule is insane. That's the part that would kill me is you don't know. Like, yeah. I mean, we try to schedule shows. Like we've been trying to have a hockey show. We were talking about this for, right before the show.
Months.
We've been trying forever to have a hockey show. We can't do it because every time we get lined up to about have one, you're on a train, and you're our hockey guy. I definitely am not. I'm way too fat to play hockey. That's why I play baseball.
I mean, I don't know. Maybe we should make Kevin the hockey guy or something because, man, I don't even think I've been able to watch a full game all year.
I'm going to give Kevin the password to the YouTube account and just let him go for it, dude.
Just make your own videos, Kevin.
Why not? Kevin is in the comments. What's up, Sportniks Kevin? How are you, brother? It's good to see you. Throw some comments in there for us. Let us know you're alive and watching. Anyway, dude, so we have started a F1 fantasy league.
Yeah.
That is pretty exciting. F1 fantasy is one of those difficult things so if you go online and you do like the apps and all that for an F1 fantasy, they're all kind of the same. You get a budget and, you've got to buy a driver and a certain car and a this and a that. And that's kind of how you do your season, right? Well, I mean,
which is cool, but dude, I tried to do it and I'm like, I had 2 drivers, I had a constructors, and then I was out of money.
Yep.
And it won't let me continue until I have 5 drivers and a constructors. And I'm like, well, I don't want that driver.
Yeah, I know. They just, I don't like the way that the fantasy things are run. And so I kind of did some mathematical stuff in my head. I like math. I don't know why, but I do. And I figured out a way that I think is mathematically even for 6 of us through these 24 races to have a different kind of fantasy. And we'll explain that. But first, let me show everybody we have 6 contestants.
And what a group of 6 we have.
Check these photos out. All right. So, wow. Let's start off. Okay. We'll start bottom right. We'll kind of go backwards, right? Instead of the top left. You get it. Bottom right, that kid over there wearing the pit vipers in that pink suit, dude. that is my son. None other than Landon. He's up in Montana as well, man. Montana State right now. So hopefully he's watching.
FTC. Dude, sorry.
Shut up.
Sorry.
We got a date with the F1 Sims right after this. So sorry about it. You're not home. You can't play. Too bad.
Hey, Noah's got a will.
Oh,
bro.
That's right. It's
Noah
right.
has a will.
You could get on with us, dude.
Oh, dude, I'll tear it up.
Well, let's hurry up and get this show over with. Let's get back.
Yeah.
Dude, I tell you what, this F1 thing. Okay, you've been an F1 guy for like what, 7 minutes? Like I got you into it. I was like, Dave.
Dude, I'll say, okay, so there's 7 seasons, so I'll say 8 minutes.
Okay, 8 minute
Yeah.
abs. Nobody works out in 7 minutes. Anyway, yeah, dude, yeah, I got you on the drive to survive. Go ahead.
You did, but you know what's funny about that? Mike Oglesby tried to get me into F1 years ago, and like I was like, nah, dude, I don't even care about that. And at that time I was like, I kind of like NASCAR more. Like I
Yep.
wasn't really ever a big NASCAR fan, but me and Dad went to NASCAR on my 21st birthday ages
Oh, that's
ago.
cool.
You know, which was awesome. You know, you got the headphones, you could hear them and everything. But Mike was always trying to get me into F1. I'm like, nah, dude, I'm good. And then I watched Drive to Survive, dude, because you told me to, and I was hooked
Isn't it
from
insane?
episode 1. I was hooked, and now that's all I think about. Like I go to work, I'm like, I just want to go home and race.
Yeah, yeah, we've got
Right? That's all I
we
want
got
to do.
dude. Okay, so I was in Montana. I don't know, a few weeks ago, right? We got some things going on. We were up in Montana, and Dave and I, and actually Landon, the first one I introduced, we went to Home Depot, got some lumber, and
Yeah,
we
dude.
built you an F1 sim cockpit, dude. It is so
Yeah, dude.
ghetto, but it works, and you beat
Dude,
my
it's
butt
sweet.
every day.
What do you mean ghetto? I'm gonna paint that shit up like the Oracle Red Bull Racing. It's gonna be dope.
Go for it, man. But paint my freaking helmet first. Come on, dude.
Send it.
What is
Send
going
it.
on? Man, I have
Send
given
it.
you so much crap. You owe me big time. For
I
those who
know.
don't know, Dave is like an aficionado at painting helmets. He's a hockey guy, so he paints hockey, the goalie masks. And boy, they're incredible. You really do. You do incredible work.
Thank you. Thank you.
And so I've been begging him to do a football helmet for me because our main show is a football show. Although who knows if this thing catches on, this might end up being our main show. But I want
Which
him
I
to.
have the helmet. I just
Yeah, I want him to
haven't
do
painted
it.
it.
I bought a. I hope my wife's not watching. I bought a helmet, not an F1 helmet because they're like so expensive, but an old Dale Earnhardt looking helmet. It doesn't even have the front piece. It just kind of comes down here, then has a little visor across the front. I bought one of those, and I'm like, dude, here's the pictures of Oscar Piastri's helmet. I want it to look exactly like that. And you will. You'll
Thank
make
you.
it look exactly like that. I guarantee it. I can't wait.
Oh, dude, it's gonna be sweet. Like I've been looking and studying the design, and I mean, there ain't nothing to it.
It's easy.
I mean, it'll be some work, getting the lines straight and everything, but it's doable, and I think it's gonna be sweet.
You better do a dang good job, dude.
I don't know if we're gonna be able to do anything with the visor though. It depends on kind of what material it is.
If we can't, we can't. Hey, who's
Yeah.
that lady? What's up?
Hey, that's my Aunt
What are
Erin.
you doing? How are you? It's good to see you. Love you. You doing okay?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
You-
Got my Dave here.
yeah, I know. You get an extra kid all the time now. How's that?
I love it.
Hey,
Yeah, come on. You can come and stay
it's a
too.
little farther for me. Anyway, we did get to see each other when we were up in Montana, though,
Yeah,
so that was cool.
I'll see you later.
All
I
right,
love you.
bye. Love you. Be good.
You too.
I'll try. Anyway, so yeah, all right, back to it, right? We're F1. Dude, I want you to paint this helmet, and then your sister is definitely going to divorce me because I guarantee I'm going to be on that stupid F1 sim. I'm going to be like, I don't want to wear the helmet.
Dude,
Yeah, I'm
I
that
don't know
guy.
if you've seen. I don't know if you've seen the videos, but so the helmet I painted for Braden, he
Yep.
had to do some school thing where he had to be Evil Knievel. So my neighbor happened to give me this old motorcycle helmet, and I painted it like Evil Knievel's helmet, which is sweet, by the way. Not
Yeah.
to toot my own horn, but the helmet looks sweet. Like I even scratched it, like he crashed and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then clear coated over it, so there's scratch marks on it, like it looks like he crashed and everything.
It's
And
awesome.
it's sweet. I put it on every time you and I aren't playing, because when you and I are playing, I gotta have my headphones on so we can talk to each other. But when we're not, I'm sitting with this stupid Evil Knievel
What are we
helmet
doing?
on, and I'm
What
racing
are
by
we
myself, just ripping it around the
with
track.
with your wood with your
Yeah,
wood
with my
sin
wood
setup?
setup, dude.
Dude, oh my gosh. Go check out
Hey,
my TikTok.
not
I put
all
a
of us
video
can, not all
on
of us can
there.
have the sweet setup like you got. You know, yours is metal, mine's wood, but hey,
Whatever.
I
All
can
right.
customize mine more.
Probably. But I have a cup
Yeah,
holder. So whatever.
I do too.
I know. All right, let's
I
get
had to
back to
3D
it.
print it, but I got it.
So we've got 6 people in this league, and we had to do a multiple of 24, something that divides into 24. So that's the reason we have 6. All right, bottom right, that is Landon. That's my kid. He's in Montana as well. The next one over with the go sign, that's Kyle. He's a friend of mine who is a teacher out here. Then bottom left, that's me. Top right is Robbie. You recognize him probably from the football stuff. He's a loser
Same
in
color.
football. Yeah. Yep. And then you got Dave, who's Dave. And then the guy over there, Davis, like, look at that picture, dude. I hope he wins because I'm pretty sure he's going to gank us if we if we beat
Dude,
him.
he looks F1, dude. Suited up,
Yeah.
just
Like, yeah.
that dude has some cash.
There's so much money in F1. But anyway, that's the boys. That's the group of us. And here's the way we did it. Okay, so instead of doing like we were talking about the whole draft a driver, you've got this much money thing, I said let's draft grid slots, right? And
Yeah.
so if you divide it out amongst that's the reason it has to be divisible into 24. There's 24 races. If we divide it out, I was like, well, we would each get 4 poles. We would each get 4 second place, grids. We could
Yeah,
each get
yeah.
4 third place grid. And so I was like, this could work. And so, a little bit of spitballing and drawing on paper, and we came up with it. And so a few weeks back, we had an F1 grid draft, which was kind of wild. And
Yeah, that's cool.
it was cool. It was cool. So here's the graphic and what we're looking at here. So as you see,
And by the way, Andrew, we didn't cheat. Josh started it, and he didn't get first pick.
no,
Just
you
throwing
did.
that out there.
You did.
Yeah,
But
which
anyway,
it works great.
yeah. So anyway, what we've got here, obviously, you see all of us there on the left. We have different colors around us. Well, the corresponding checkered flag color is the driver that we have for that race. So what we have is every single race, we each have 2 drivers. We don't know who they're going to be until after qualifying. So,
Which is awesome.
yeah, like we had no idea. Like I knew that first race of the season, I was like, I want pole. I want my guy on pole. I want to be excited about the first race of the season. So I took pole, no idea who was going to get it. I mean,
Nothing like a pole smoker. Right?
anyway, it worked out in my favor. But anyway, what we do is, so every track has already been determined. We all know where we sit, and you'll see as we go forward. I'll show you the China one for the race that's coming up. But this is the way that Australia fell for us. So I took, I had pole on this, which the way we did it, so we got 12 or 2 drivers each, it's a mirror thing. So you get pole, you also get the 12th place grid slot. If you get second,
Yep.
you also get the 11th place grid slot. It just works itself together. So you see, I had pole there with Lando, and then I had Alonso. Landon had Oscar Piastri. That almost worked out, and then he had Hadjar.
Man.
Anyway, but there you go. So you see the corresponding color. You look over and see who it is. And so, for instance, Davis in that 3rd place grid slot had Max Verstappen. That worked out all right. But in the 10th place grid slot, he had Carlos Sainz. That did not work out all right. And I had Alonso in the 12th place grid slot. That did not work out all right for me. Anyway, so that's the way it works out. It's like I said, every race it's different. So we don't know
Which
who our
makes it
drivers are going
cool
to be.
which makes it cool because it's a surprise to us every week.
Yep. And we
So
have
we're like, heck, it keeps you tuned in.
it does. And everybody has their favorite driver, their favorite team, which okay, yeah, you watch and
Absolutely.
you root for. I mean, Carlos Sainz for me, and now unfortunately Williams. Yeah, Red Bull for you, and the old Max Verstappen.
Williams, dude.
I
How does
know.
that make you feel, dude?
Dude, I am so bitter towards Lewis Hamilton, man, because he kicked Carlos out of freaking. Lewis Hamilton's the reason that Carlos is not in Ferrari.
And look, he got me 1 point. One. Come on, Lewis.
Yeah. Lewis did not have the best day. Not many people had a good day out there. It was
What a race.
heck of a
man.
race, huh?
Holy, dude, that was sweet.
That was
Speaking of Oscar, 'cause
entertaining to
I
watch.
think Landon had Oscar, right?
Yep, he had Oscar.
I remember in the chats before, and Landon was like, well, and I said, hey, at least you got Oscar, just tearing it up, and next thing you know, whoop, there he goes, spinning
Just
in the grass.
Few laps left, dude.
But if anybody saw that race, like props to him for getting it out of the grass.
Oh yeah, I mean he
could have
not
been
give up.
disqualified, and game over. And what did he do? He got it out and finished 6th or something.
He got some points. I think
he got points.
9th or something like that. I mean, he still finished in the points, which is unbelievable. I thought he was done.
Yeah.
But
Right.
anyways, for those who don't know, first race was in Australia. It was dry all the way up until the race itself. And then it started raining. And boy, oh boy, it turned into an ice rink. In fact, I've got a graphic about it. Complete chaos is what it was. We had, let's go back to, for instance, the grid slots. If you look at the 11th place grid slot, which was Landon's grid slot, he had Isaac Hadjar in there. And he's a rook, and he pulled a Lance Stroll in on the formation lap.
You pulled.
He chunked it in the wall in the formation lap. So before the race even got started, Landon's like, what the crap? We got our group chat and all that. He's like, I already lost a driver. It's like, this is insane. And I mean, it happened for almost everybody. There was only one of us that ended up scoring with both drivers. Half of us had only one driver finish the race. I mean, it was crazy. So
who scored with both? Was that Kyle?
Yeah, it was Kyle. He was the only one who had both people score. He had Leclerc and Albon, which I mean the way it worked out, because it was a rain. Rain is the equalizer, man. Anybody can win in the rain, and so the way the order worked out at the end, there were some people up there that you usually wouldn't see, and so that was good to see. But for us and our points, it didn't work out so great.
But that's what's cool about this. Like, you could have the 12th place guy, and the next thing you know, he's in 2nd, 3rd, first, whatever.
Yeah,
like that's what makes it cool.
And you never know. And so we were kind of hinting on that at the beginning. Everybody's got their driver and their team that they like. Like for me, it's Carlos, and now Williams. It used to be Ferrari, but then Lewis Hamilton, whatever. But then with this, I get 2 random drivers in every single race as well. So and it might be Carlos sometime. Thank God it wasn't this time, because he chunked it in the wall as well.
Yeah.
But, you get 2 more drivers. It might be the driver that you typically root for, but it might not. And so now you're watching the race, and whereas like if your driver went out on lap 0, like Carlos did, it would be like, well, crap, now what? I'm going to sit here and watch this race, and everybody else is going to go around the track except my guy. Well, guess what? With this, I also had Lando Norris and Alonso, and then Alonso chunked it in the wall as well. So, in fact, I've got a graphic for that as well. I have the lap count for those who did not finish.
Oh, no doubt.
Yeah. Man, I'm sorry. I'm doing a lot of talking here and not letting you talk much, but
no, you're good.
But
I can't see the graphics, so I definitely want to know the lap count, because that is interesting. Because Man, what a race. Like that, it was crazy. So
It
the
was
lap count is definitely interesting to me.
Yeah, it was wild from literally before the race until the end of the race. And I say before the race because like we said, Isaac Hadjar on the formation lap, which is before the race even begins, he chunked it in the wall and pulled a Lance Stroll. Uh,
It was not a good debut for the rookies. I
no.
think Kimmy was the only one that got points.
Yeah, well, Kimmy
And he
looked
did
like a
well
hero.
and well, yeah, he did well and not necessarily his driving skills, but he fell into that spot and he kept that spot and ran away with it. But oh man, rookie drivers, it wasn't their day
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah, there's 6 rookie drivers out on the grid. By the way, if you don't know Formula 1, there's only 20 drivers. Period dot end of story.
Till
Only
next
20
year.
drivers until next year. Next year there'll be 22. But there's 6 rookies this year. So that is 30% of the field is rookies. And on this graphic, which some people may not know who the rookies are, but 4 of those are rookies. So 4 of the 6 rookies didn't even finish the race. So Hadjar put it in the wall on the formation lap. Doohan then put it in the wall um, behind the safety car. I don't know. As did
Yeah, I think you're
Carlos.
right.
They
Yeah.
Carlos and Jack both got 0 laps before they put it in the
Which is
wall.
so crazy. Like, if people have never watched F1, you're like, how do you put it in the wall on a safety lap? When it's wet,
Oh, it's
I
a
mean,
skating rink
it's,
out there.
yeah, you got to think hydroplaning in a car. Well, in an F1 car and you're going 200 miles an hour, 100 miles, whatever, you have slicks on and you hit rain
Yeah.
and you're on a line. Next thing you know, you barely get off that line and whoop,
Yep.
boom, you're in the wall.
Yeah. I mean, it does not take long, and those cars have so much power, 1,000 horsepower. So, I
Yeah.
mean, you just touch the throttle too much. You go over a bump and your foot moves too much on the throttle, and it'll
Which is
spin you
crazy because,
around.
yeah, which is crazy because when you watch the race, if you don't understand what's going on or you don't have some kind of idea of F1 racing, you watch it and then like his hands don't even move. It's a normal lap. Next thing you know, he's in the wall, and you're like, well, what do you even do? Well, people don't understand. There's a lot more to it than just your hand movement and racing. It's when it's raining, it's a whole different ball game. So it's
Yeah,
cool. I mean, it makes it exciting if your
definitely.
driver wins,
Yeah.
but it's way more exciting, I guess, as an F1 fan in general to see when it's raining rather than just a dry race. You take off and whoever's got pole or one, two, three, they have a chance to win.
Yeah.
They're up there. But when it's raining, it's a whole
Yeah.
different
You
ball
you
game,
don't
and
know
it
what's
makes
gonna
it
happen.
definitely interesting.
Yes. Yes. In fact,
For instance, like
Alonso
Lance Stroll. Lance Stroll scored points. Like, when does that ever
Lance
happen?
Stroll has more points than the entire Ferrari team right now. So,
Yeah, which is crazy.
and by the way, Lance Stroll's teammate, who is Fernando Alonso, is a multiple-time world champion, and he put it in the wall on lap 34. And then you had
I think
Bortoleto,
Alonso.
and Lawson put it in the wall in lap 47. But what about Alonso?
I think Alonso is the what do you say, the highest racer on the grid. He has the most races out of everybody on the grid right now.
Probably he's like
He's the
112 years
oldest.
old. Yeah.
Yeah, he's the oldest guy on the grid. But yeah, being a Red Bull fan, seeing Lawson, it's which it's crazy because Red Bull is such a team. Like if you don't perform, see you later, you're out.
Oh yeah.
We saw that with Gasly. We saw that with
Albon.
Albon.
Yep.
Like if you're not performing, see you later.
And
And it's
it'll
funny because like I watched a bunch of stuff on the internet and it's saying like, oh, Liam's only got 4 races and he's out, blah blah blah, whatever. And it like, again, watch Drive to Survive, seeing them release Ricardo to go with Lawson, And then this happened. You're like, oh, did they make the right move?
Yeah,
That's what F1 is all about. It's crazy,
it is. It's insane.
So I think Liam will come back. Give him a race where his first race out of the gate isn't rain.
Yeah,
I think he'll be all right. But man, what an amazing race!
yeah. There's no gimmies when you're on the Red Bull team, but that the first race of the season being a wet race, you got to give them some leeway on that one. So
Yeah,
especially,
difficult for sure.
especially when a multiple time world champion goes out and does the same thing. So
Yeah.
anyway. So yeah, it was a race of chaos. There were 6 DNFs. But here's the way the points worked out. There it is. You see it. Lando Norris, obviously, he went from pole and led it the whole way and took the win. Verstappen right there behind him, the world champion, reigning 4-time world champion. Right there, he is these two, if you don't know, they're best friends, but they're also the two that are battling it out this year, most likely for the championship. And so it got very entertaining last year. We'll see what happens this year, but Lando got round 1. But anyway, a lot more to go. Then you had both Mercedes coming in. George Russell was the other guy on the podium, and then Kimi Antonelli, like you said, a rookie, 4th place in his first ever race. Not bad, brother. Not bad at all. So,
But here's how you gotta go with that. Like, I don't feel like Kimi got 4th place because he raced so well. There was some incidents that led up to him getting into 4th place or getting into a higher place and then advancing. But it's going to be interesting. Like, who knows?
Yeah. I mean, it's one race in the season. It's like one football game, the first week of the year.
Right.
You don't know, especially with the rainy race. But this weekend we've got China, which it's supposed to be dry. So,
dude, which sucks. Like, I can't race China.
That is a tough track, dude.
Dude, when we raced, I'm like,
I just chunked it in the wall.
raced China last night. I just raced China last night. I'm like, why can I not turn? What is going on? And I'm like, I DNF'd. I'm like, whatever.
Yep. I just get frustrated, and then I go as fast as I can and don't turn.
It's not. It's
slam
well,
into
that's
a
the thing.
wall.
Well, that goes to show you it's not an easy race. Like,
No,
it really isn't.
It is insane. Yeah. So I mean, yeah. So there you go. That's the way the points worked out. And so with our fantasy thing and our little grid slots, whatever those. So for instance, I had Lando Norris and Fernando. Well, let me just do this. I'll just do the point spread. Here you go. Here's the graphic that shows. For instance, Dave had Yuki Tsunoda and Lewis Hamilton. Yuki Tsunoda
Which
did not
sucks
score.
because Tsunoda was doing so well the whole race. Like, majority of the race, Tsunoda was doing so well. And I'm like, oh, okay, cool. And then come to points, he's like, well, where'd he go?
Yep. Yeah. Lewis only got you 1 point. 7-time world champion. Now with Ferrari, it wasn't his best race, but then again, it was wet. So,
well, that's what F1 tells you. 7-time world champ gets 1 point.
Yeah. With
it's anybody's ball game. Yeah. It really is.
It's so awesome. I don't do it any justice sitting here talking about it, but it is fantastic. I love it. So I had Lando Norris and Fernando Alonso, so I was pretty excited after qualifying. I was like, all right, well, I know I got pole, and Lando got pole, so that's good. And then a multiple-time world champion as well as my other driver. Good to go,
Absolutely.
Right? Fernando put it in the wall. So, but Lando got me 25 points. His teammate, Oscar Piastri, who I absolutely love, was in second or third most of the race, and then had an incident right there at the end. Managed to still get 2 points out of the deal, so good for him.
Which is crazy, yeah. Like, and if you haven't seen the race, watch it, because holy smokes.
Yeah, I've watched it a couple times.
I don't even remember what position he came out in, but he came out out of the points and race his way back into the points.
with just a few laps left. I mean, it wasn't
Right,
wasn't
right.
much left. So anyway, there you go. There's the breakdown of how the points worked out. Robbie did manage to get 15 points because Russell was on the podium, and
I know. Remember in
No,
the
no.
text, he was all butthurt.
oh,
I said, "You got Russell, dude.
yeah. Well, hey, by
You
the
can't
way, yeah,
count Russell out."
check this out. I got a Russell helmet. You know, a little George
Dude,
Russell.
look at that thing. That's sweet.
Hey, these things are awesome, and they are nowhere near as cheap as the football helmets. I'll just tell you that.
What's the inside look like?
It is a legit little helmet,
No.
and you know, I
You can put it on your cat.
I don't speak from experience, but it will fit on a cat. Anyway. So,
Oh, that's awesome.
I've got a Max Verstappen one coming someday. It's in the mail. You know, George Russell and Max Verstappen, best of friends. If you don't know.
Dude,
Anyway,
quit saying that. Mary's gonna get so mad at you.
I know. Anyway, she's not watching. Nobody's watching, I think. I think everybody dropped off. We got 6 watching. Anyway, there you go. So our points come from whatever the drivers in our grid slots score. So I managed to get 25 only because Lando won the race. Like I said, Alonso didn't even finish. There you go, Dave. I mean, I don't have to read the numbers to you. They're right there. Everybody
Yep.
at least got points. I mean, well, I
Exactly.
shouldn't say plural. You got a point.
I got a point.
So,
Hey, but this week is a whole new ball game. I got the number 2 grid and the number 12 grid, so we'll see what happens.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Number 2 is, I mean, hopefully going to be a great driver. So
Yeah.
we'll see what
we
happens
should see. We will
tonight,
see.
right? Early in the morning.
Yeah,
is qualifying.
Yeah.
No, it's a sprint. It's a sprint qualifying.
Oh, that's
tonight.
right. It's
Yeah.
this week has got a sprint race with it, and yeah, that's exciting as well. You haven't seen that stuff. That's fun. Little sprint
Yep.
race. Anyway, so the first ever Formula One podcast that I did, I actually got on with 2 guys who are over in England that I met via TikTok. And they turned out to be 2 just awesome guys. I still keep in touch with them, talk to them all the time, you know, via text message and all that stuff. Anyway, one of them is, I call him Coffee Corner Terry because that's how he used to have his name on TikTok, but now it's Coffee Corner Motorsport, and he is the most knowledgeable F1 guy ever. Now, he does have a very thick accent. So,
Oh, yeah.
so
I watched his
fortunately,
videos. Yeah.
fortunately, he does put captions on there. So you might have to read while he talks, but there is some great
Wow,
information.
where are they from?
I don't know what part of England he's from.
It's
But
somewhere in England.
yeah, somewhere
not,
over there.
Not American.
No. They're both over there. So anyway, but I asked Terry, I said, hey, can I use he does before every race, he does a preview. Like here's what to expect. Everything from the weather forecast to what kind of tires they've got. I mean, everything. In fact, I've got it. He said I could use it. He said I could use them all throughout the season. So I'm going to let Terry for 2.5 minutes here give us a race preview. Dave, you and I won't be able to hear it because I still haven't figured that out on this computer. But I'll take us offline so we can at least talk to each other because it's a 2.5 minute video. But seriously, listen to what he's got to say. There's some good information in here about China, which is the race this weekend. Here we go.
Here we are once again. It's that time of the week. This is your China Grand Prix preview. We've got a track length of 5.45 kilometres, race distance of 305.066 kilometres, 56 laps, 16 corners, 2 DRS zones. We got a slight change to the DRS on last year. The first zone in 2025 will be 75 metres longer, hopefully providing more opportunities to overtake. A pit stop in China is around 24 seconds with a 1 or 2 stop the race strategy. Pirelli have brought with them the C2, the C3 and the C4 compound tyres, and a safety car has a 56% chance of being called into action. We are of course into the first of the sprint weekends, which does mean a change to the run order. On Friday, we've got free practice 1, the introduction of Part Ferme, ready for sprint qualifying on Friday afternoon. We've then got the sprint race itself on Saturday, the lift and the Part Ferme, which allows the teams, of course, to make changes before Part Ferme returns for qualifying on Saturday afternoon and the race itself on Sunday. Now that brings us on to the all-important weather. Currently for Friday and free practice 1 and sprint qualifying, the weather is sunny, light breeze with gusts of up to 40 kilometres an hour. Free practice 1 has got 24 degrees Celsius. Qualifying for the sprint race has got 23 degrees Celsius. A 0% chance of rain is expected. Saturday and the sprint race and of course race qualifying, we have the same kind of weather, sunny with a gentle breeze, gusts of up to 35 to 40 kilometres per hour, but mainly in the evening. The sprint race has got 25 degrees Celsius, qualifying has got 24 degrees Celsius, and once again, at the moment, there is a 0% chance of rain, which then brings us on to Sunday and of course that all-important race day forecast. The weather is shown as a bit cloudier, but it's expected to remain dry until the evening. There is a slight chance of showers, but that's mainly after the race. We've got a light wind. Race start temperature is 26 degrees Celsius, with a chance of rain, as I said, being 40%, but that is expected after the race, not during, so it should be a dry race by all intents and purposes. Now, the only major thing to note is, of course, the introduction of the new flexi wing test, which has been talked about so much in media this week. And the other main points around the track, it has been completely resurfaced, which means with only one free practice session in 60 minutes, it may well catch some of the teams out before, of course, they lock in Part Ferme and that all-important sprint qualifying on Friday. And that is your guide to China and your quick China race preview for this weekend.
All right, we are back. There's the update from Terry. Yeah, you saw us talking, but
Thank
we
you,
were
Terry.
talking to each other. Sorry you couldn't hear us, but that was intentional because you were supposed to be listening to Terry. Anyway, Terry, hopefully you got good info out of that. I love his updates. I think he's fantastic. And he knows, everything about F1. It is insane. I don't know. He might be an F1 somebody that I just don't quite know about because he goes to F1 races and the pictures he comes back with, he's like in the paddock and stuff, man.
That's phenomenal. I mean, him being in England, he has a better opportunity than we do. There's 3 races in the States that we could possibly attend or go to.
Yeah.
How many races are in England and Europe, whatever, that he can go to? So
Yeah. It's a lot more accessible to him out there. But my gosh, he knows everything, every little detail about. If I have his account at the end of the show here, I've got a little QR code for his account that you guys can go to, and he's just got tons of knowledge. Anyway, all right, so the new grid, although that looks okay, there we go. So let's talk about it. China. This is the grid for China. Like I said, it's already been determined. We had a draft to determine which grid slots we got, and here you go.
who's got pole?
Qualifying did not happen yet, so nobody knows who their drivers are going to be. But whoever is on pole is let me get the one that has our pictures up there so everybody can see. There you go. Robbie's got pole this week. So
Robbie has.
yeah.
Cheater.
So, Robbie's got pole in 12th. You've got 2nd and 11th. Let's see. Kyle's 3rd and 10th. I've got 4th and 9th. Landon 5th and 8th. And then Davis 6th and 7th. So,
Dude, let me tell you guys. So we tried this draft and we did it, and then we got 4 rounds in, and we're like, wait a minute,
something's wrong.
yeah, something's wrong here. And so, Josh, thank you for all the work and the effort you've put on this. But we had to redo basically everything from round 2 on, and you nailed it. But I mean, it's crazy. Like,
it was a lot of work. In my head, it was a lot simpler than the way it worked out. Let's just put it that way. But regardless, now we've got it to where everybody's got two drivers on each race, and everybody's got the same amount of poles, second places, everything. So it's even mathematically it is totally even as long as no races are canceled. So,
Dude, how crazy would that be if they're like, wait a minute, his idea is really good, and F1 is
uh,
like, this is how we're doing fantasy from now
this
on.
is the way they should do fantasy. I mean,
Yeah,
because this
absolutely. 'Cause
mathematically,
the way
this
they do
is
it,
totally even.
the way they do it, okay, cool. You could get Lando Norris or you get Max Verstappen, and then it's like
You got
you
nothing
got
else.
Albon, you got Gasly, like your second driver, good. I'm not gonna say they're not good. 20 drivers in the world, they're obviously phenomenal, but in the F1 world, you're like, man, he's not going to score any points. Like, who wants Lance Stroll? You're like, nobody wants Lance Stroll, right?
Yep.
So the way they do it is I can understand the way they do it, but the way they do it kind of sucks because you have to pick 5 drivers and 1 constructor winner. Well, the money they give you is not.
Yeah. You spend it on one
You
driver,
can't-
you
you
got
can't
nothing
even-
left.
You can't even pick 1 through 3 and then pick 5 because you don't have enough money.
Yep. Yeah,
So-
I never liked the way they did their fantasy, and so that's the reason I was like, I've got to find a way to do it. And hey, this worked out. So this
Which-
hopefully is going to
great.
be fun. At least the our chat, our group chat is quite fun
Yeah.
and active. I was surprised
Yeah.
how many people were actually up watching it. I'm working nights right now, so all these races happen in the middle of the night. It works out for me because I'm up anyway.
great.
But yeah, everybody was up watching the race. It was awesome, and the group chat was going nuts. But there you go. So that's the way this whole thing works out. I have blabbed forever and ever about this. I thought this was going to be a 20-minute show. We're here for 45 minutes already. So let's just get to the QR codes and give everybody the links to our stuff, and we'll get the heck out of here. And we'll just kind of let this. If this wasn't the most entertaining show, please forgive me. This is the first F1 show we've tried with this new
Stay
format.
tuned.
We're
Stay tuned.
working on it. We're working on it. It's a work in progress. Okay. If you've watched our football show and seen where it was to where it is now, this is going to be good. This is going to be good. But this is day 1, race 1. Give us some time here. Give me a little bit of time. It'll be good. Anyway, so yes, like I said, the QR codes. Do on this screen right here, just all you got to do is just take a snapshot with your phone or whatever you're watching this on. And then you can go back to your photo album and go to any one of these QR codes. Literally just hold your finger on it and it'll pull up the link.
Cool.
The top 3 there are obviously the Duct Tape Dynasty ones. That's my stuff. And it's fairly self-explanatory there. The one with the YouTube logo next to it is the YouTube one, and etc. Now, the one for Coffee Corner Motorsport, Terry, is that one on the bottom
Follow.
with his logo there. Go ahead. What?
I was just say, follow Terry, by the way, because he is super knowledgeable.
Yeah,
If you're any just an ounce of into F1, follow him, and you will get better knowledge about F1. And you will become more knowledgeable yourself.
I don't know how he's not paid. Like
Yeah,
he
for real.
Yeah,
He's great.
He's really good. So anyway, but there you go. There's the QR codes. There's the links for the stuff. We'll keep trying to do these shows. We'll try to make them a little more entertaining. I literally put this show together in the last couple hours because I was planning on
Great
doing the
show.
show on Friday. And then I found out we have plans on Friday. So I had to quick throw it together. In fact, dude, I haven't even been to bed. I started work last night at midnight. I worked till 8 a.m. and then I did stuff all around here all day. And then I put this show together. So
Dude, I'm all familiar with your schedule, man.
yeah, you do the same
It
thing.
happens to me all the time.
Yeah. So anyway, dude, well, you got anything else that these folks need to know before we get the heck out of here? It's kind of a rough show. Sorry about it. It's
you
been a
know
little
what?
while.
And if you're not that into F1, watch Drive to Survive, because you will be.
Yeah. I mean,
And then watch our show, because we have fun.
yeah. Yeah. If you want to know if F1 is something that you would like, yeah, Drive to Survive. There you go. You'll find out in just a few seconds. It is awesome. But anyway, so we did it, dude. We had a F1 show. Many more to come. Hopefully a lot more. We're going to try and start doing weekly shows again. We got to finish our football thing, man. Like, I got to give Andrew his chance to gloat, you know?
So he finally got his trophy. He was all excited about it. I made him pick it up in person instead of mailing it, but hey, whatever.
Hey, fair enough. Anyway, all right, let's get the heck out of here and let these folks go. Dude, we love you all. You guys are the absolute best. And heck, we'll see you next time.
Yeah, buddy.